Good morning and welcome everybody to the Friday Eve, January 18th, 2024 Premarket Prep session, Premarket Prep edition. As always, I'm your host, Adam Holland, stock options expert market strategist, and proponent of the 1% movement. We're here because we want to get 1% better each and every day. And this is how we do it, by showing up, by being consistent, by making it happen, and by executing, of course. So welcome here this morning as we dive into another great day of news. It's been a very, very solid day thus far. Not solid day, a solid week thus far when it comes to trading. I mean, Disney's been paying out the wazoo. We have semiconductors that have been paying out the wazoo. We have been dominating SPY when it comes to trading it both ways. Multiple days in a row, we're making money to the downside, making money to the upside. Yeah, can't ask for much more than what's been going on. It's one of those things where if you are, executing and taking profit, then this market is treating you very well. And fortunately, we've been on the right side of that. So I don't take that lightly. Again, fortunes can change, things can change, random stuff can happen in markets in order to tank your positions. But overall, this week, it's been a very, very handsome week, despite it being a holiday shortened week. And the expectations of it being a holiday shortened week, I think have really, really helped us nail this in making sure that we are taking profit. You're recreating the charts, you're setting your alerts. And then that way, even with this movement where you get this, you look at SPY, you're getting this like kind of choppy movement, right? Even when you get this choppy movement, you can still succeed. You can still make money, right? And you can still be super profitable. And I'm very excited to go in and secure more profit this morning as semiconductors, which we placed a bet on here before market close yesterday, are also up on TSM earnings and report that came out this morning. So once again, we have another morning of profit taking to start off the day. Cannot beat it, right? Can't ask for more. It's making we've had the benefit of making out with 4 and 5 minute work days over the course of the past few days, between Disney gapping up yesterday to pay over 200% profit, around 250% profit, and then with AMD gapping up here today. We had AMD and Nvidia feeding us a few days ago. Some people still have some of those Nvidia call swings left over since that was bull flagging. All of those are up, right? All of those are up. So this is just a money falling from the ceilings type week. And I'm happy to be here to take advantage of it, right? And to be able to provide, some guidance, some inspiration, but also some encouragement to continue to push, continue to recognize that each day is a fresh day. If you make great profits, withdraw them, right? Start from that same base, base of buying power, and then, move from there. But feeling great this morning. Got up, got my meditation in, got my prayer in, got my my mindfulness exercises in, and I'm just feeling ready to take on the day. And that's super important because a day like yesterday, when you look at us day trading SPY, right? Calling the bottom on SPY, even though that was a very, very tough call, right? We're sitting there, they're trying to they're going for these liquidity grabs. They're trying to stop us out, right? And it was just boom, calling the bottom, getting into calls, and then having that exact game plan for where we were going to come up to, taking profit, right? And then positioning in the puts to ride them down. That doesn't happen without you coming into the day with a great mindset, without you being confident in yourself, without you being ready and willing to execute, right? So again, the majority of what happens in market when it comes to trading success is mindset. Are you willing to do what's necessary in order to succeed? Because trading itself isn't super tough, but it is tough if you're not in the right mindset to do so. So you got to make sure that you cater to that each and every morning, right? I try to be up at 6:15, but up at 6:15 to do that exact thing. And I take hours so that by the time the market opens, boom, I'm ready to go, right? I'm ready to go. And even when you're sitting zero, I don't know. And then boom, we get those big green candles, right? I would not do that if I did not have the mindset in order to execute. So I can't underscore that enough, how important mindset is in you maintaining your nerve and maintaining your conviction. Because every single day you want to come in with conviction about markets and execute based off that conviction. In terms of top news here, down in Davos, I actually might have to speed through these here. So let's see. Top news down in Davos: the latest gathering of the world's political and business elite, plus the usual smattering of celebrities, is taking place this week at the Swiss Alpine resort of Davos. The annual meeting comes as geopolitics become heavily intertwined with the world economy. The twin triggers of the COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine had already rattled an already brittle global system, while inflationary forces in the late response by central bank officials didn't help the situation. More recently, there have been threats to the supply chain and energy from an escalating war in the Middle East, while the AI revolution poses additional societal risks. In terms of program overview, against this backdrop and to instill a measure of collective agency, it is necessary to start restoring trust at three fundamental levels into the future within societies and among nations. Therefore, the 54th annual meeting of the World Economic Forum will convene under the theme Rebuilding Trust to provide the crucial space to step back and focus on the fundamental principles driving trust, including transparency, consistency, and accountability. Now, rebuilding trust won't be easy, and many have already dismissed rich and powerful idealists who gave rise to the terms Davos man and Davos woman. Skepticism surrounding the conference can make the task even more challenging, especially when looking at the track record of the WEF, where stakeholders are supposed to come together to resolve their differences on global security and integrated world economy. Yeah, this is kind of one of those get together, hand holding type things. Highlights so far: OpenAI CEO Sam Altman announced that coming products are, quote, going to make a lot of people uncomfortable due to quite a lot of individual customization that can result in different answers based on values or user location. I assume so. On this, it sounds like AI that is taking on the biases of the area that it's native to, which I get it provides a more personalized experience, but also makes the AI privy to the negative connotations in that area, right? Like if there are areas that are super racist or super classist, then the AI might also take on that persona. um so yeah, I consider that concerning. On the supply chain, Ngozi Iweala, Director General of the World Trade Organization, said the body is slightly less optimistic on its goods trade forecast for 2024 due to expanding conflict zones like in the Red Sea. Yeah, world trade is definitely looking to take a step back, which is one of those major factors influencing market movement, right? We talked about the death of globalization and the rise of protectionism. We're not looking to do business all over the world anymore because it's really tough to do so with all the war and the brittle supply chain. On the economy, Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon related that the, quote, market was clearly running ahead to a position of many rate cuts, while Bank of America's Brian Moynihan said the Federal Reserve has to, quote, has got to get normalized and get out of the way. In terms of tech news, integrating AI, Samsung has launched a new 24 lineup to rival Apple's iPhone 15 models. The new devices contain AI with live translation in voice and text and can summarize incoming messages in replies. The South Korean tech giant also partnered with Google to offer Circle to Search, which lets users search from anywhere on their phones. In other news, Apple has been forced to disable the blood oxygen sensor on its popular watch to avoid a device ban stemming from a patent infringement dispute with Massimo. Adding to the troubles, Apple is expected to face yet another legal battle as soon as March, this time from the U.S. Department of Justice on antitrust grounds. So tech embroiled in litigation. It's another day here in America. Economic news, current conditions, U.S. economic activity showed little or no change in recent weeks for most of the Federal Reserve's 12 districts, amid signs that the labor market was cooling in most regions. Is any of the rest of this important? Manufacturing activity was weaker, while a higher interest environment limited auto sales and real estate deals, but respondents were optimistic about the prospect of falling rates. Yes, as are we. In terms of tech news, major write-down, slashing the value of its wireless business. Verizon disclosed that it would take a $5.8 billion impairment charge in Q4 related to secular declines in its business group. The division accounts for more than a fifth of the company's revenue and provides legacy voice and data services to clients that include businesses and the government. However, struggles have been seen in recent years due to strong competition and a broader shift to wireless services. Prior to the disclosure, Seeking Alpha analysts juxtaposed ideas, re-rated Verizon as a buy, but warned of the risks of telecom giants lead cable-related legal headwinds. Yeah, 5.8 billion, basically $6 billion. That sucks, right? It's a $6 billion impairment charge. You can't draw that up any other way. In terms of today's markets, looking mostly green here, which makes sense. Again, given the fact that we put in that daily hammer candle on SPY yesterday at close, right? So the shape of daily candles, the formation of daily candles, all those things are super important. If you're not understanding how that works or what goes on with those, reach out to me, right? Reach out via DM or hit the link in bio to get started so you can learn exactly what that means and start putting that to work for you in terms of your money and managing positions and things of that nature. Um, Bitcoin hanging around 42K. Today's economic calendar, we do get initial jobless claims. Got them at 8:30 a.m. Really, that's really the biggest thing. Petroleum inventories. All right. So what else is happening? Taiwan Semiconductor beats on top and bottom line estimates. TSM and some TSM calls that I swung from yesterday. Also an AMD. So another payday at open that we're looking at here this morning. It's been a very blessed week, right? Um, and I don't take that lightly at all. So I'm grateful for it. It's an amazing setup. Had the charts ready, had the alerts. We've had, alerts and charts on AMD, NVIDIA, all of them all week long. It's been bull flag after bull flag after bull flag. You set the alerts, you get the alert, you place the trade, you take your profit, right? It's simple as that, and you keep it pushing, and that's made for a great week. So I'm looking forward to capturing some profits here this morning, and of course locking it down and making it real. Because if you don't lock it down, it ain't real. You got to capture that profit. That's the only way that you build that account. You want to build the account over time, taking the profit, taking the profit, taking the profit. And then you can worry about, runners and all that. But get consistent first. That's the goal. Judge in SEC versus Coinbase trial won't decide from the bench. Charles Schwab, ticker SCHW, converts 90% of TD Ameritrade accounts. That's important for us, right? Because those are our accounts, with a lot of us being on TOS, or at least having one account on TOS, right? U.S. military strikes Houthi sites. Pakistan retaliates against Iran. EV stocks slide as traders favor Toyota, Honda, and Ferrari. China issues draft guidelines for standardizing the AI industry. Fed's Bowman Basel III proposal needs substantive changes. Sheryl Sandberg is leaving Meta's board after 12 years. JP Morgan CEO, don't get involved in Bitcoin. All right, man. Boeing part in Alaska Airlines blowout made in Malaysia, and then squeeze potential. Short sellers feeling heat on these 10 stocks. I don't particularly care because we have all these nice, beautiful blue chip stocks. They're bringing home bacon. So I don't really care about stocks being short squeezed or anything like that. When we got AMD paying like it is, Disney paying like it is, everything paying like it has been, short squeezed meme stocks that may or may not turn out, right? We want consistency. We want, growth over time that we can count on, we can replicate. And that's exactly what we focus on here in the Stock Options Made Easy community. So that'll wrap it all up here today, this fine Friday Eve, January 18th, 2024. As always, make sure you're checking out all the content over on Instagram. We got important reels dropping, very, very informative, especially yesterday's. Check that out. That is something that I live by now. Watch all the way through. But that is something that I live by now, a principle that I live by now. And I make sure that it guides me each and every day so that I don't back down from the decisions that I know my future self and the me that I want to be would make, right? That's the only way you close that gap. So cheers to you making those same decisions today, right? Making decisions that the you of the future will be proud of. And then we can all stand on that mountaintop there, right? And say that we gave it our all, we gave it our best, and we lived a fulfilling life. So get ready to take some profit. AMD Semiconductors paying. We'll do that at open. Other than that, everybody have a great day. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for our last pre-market prep session of the week. Have a good one.